Hello viewers, this is your Michael for Three Views, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Boruto View. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will retain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will retain your adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode. Well, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, it starts off like this. We see a guy on the deck of the boat. Look like he's staring at. It looks like he's staring at the village in the land of water on the deck of the boat. Staring at the land of water. So basically, there's a guy behind him bowing to him and calling Lord eyes, and tell him that everything is ready. So basically, I believe his name is now if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, please get me wrong. I believe his server is Evie, if I'm pronouncing, unterrible announcing these Japanese names. So basically, please forget these from mispronouncing these names. So, Little Eye told him let's get ready, and so basically it was a foggy night. We see him on the deck of a big boat, and we get a close up of more giant boats. Look like they're heading towards the village in the land of the water. All right, in the middle of the night. So anyway, the next day we see Boruto's team in the Hokage office talking to Naruto and Shikamaru, who and Ribe was there too. Ribe finally got his headband. He's finally a ninja and whatnot. He's been assigned to Boruto's team and whatnot. So anyway. So basically, everybody on Boruto's team was kind of, ecstatic that Weebay is a ninja now, and he's part of their team now. So anyway, turns out they were going on a escort mission to the land of water, that where Weebay, where Dickie teams at testing those robot puppets. So basically, they had to go escort, Dr. Koski to the Land of Water to a opening ceremony that the Land of Water is having for their new power plant and whatnot. So basically, the reason why they want, that Naruto wants them to to escort, Dr. Kashi there, because there's been some rumors and reports that is going to be attacked during the whole ceremony of the opening the new power plant and whatnot. So basically, they wanted Dr. Kashi said, and plus, Dr. Kashi likes Boruto and whatnot. So basically, Dr. Kashi came in the office, happy to see Boruto, happy to see Karaki and whatnot, and they headed their way. So basically, turns out that Karaki never saw the ocean before. So basically, when they got on the Bunche, Karaki was staring at the ocean and whatnot, seeing the view and whatnot. So basically, Clark, he being growing up in the mountains and whatnot, never seen the ocean before. But as the train was, passing by the ocean, he started to feel seasick. So basically, this is his first time to feel seasick, and when they got on the boat, his seasickness got worse. So basically, they got off the train. they had to take the train, and get on the boat, or get on the boat to get to the land, or the land of get to the land of water. Get to the land of water. So anyway, to the mist village, to the mist village in the land of water. So anyway, Kawaki was just feeling bad, whatnot, and basically when they got to the mist village, Kawaki was just, with the seasickness really messed him up good and whatnot. He can barely stand and whatnot. So basically, so basically, Boruto was looking forward to seeing Kaga again, who he counter, who he helped take down those rebels who was trying to be the new seven deadly swordsmen and whatnot. So anyway, he was hoping that that Kaga will be at the ceremony for the new opening of the hidden list. Of the hidden mist power play. So basically, also on the trip there, on the boat, they saw some windmills. That there was also a new power source. So basically, it seems like the mist of it is really adapting new power sources, to help their energy needs and whatnot. So basically, the Mist Village is going to a industrial revolution and whatnot when it comes to power and whatnot. So anyway, Boruto, so basically they had no choice but to leave Kawaki behind at the docks where the boat was, and basically, watched Dr. Kasi through the ceremony. So basically, they got to the ceremony. Dr. Kasi showed his invitation and whatnot. It was a lot of security because there was a lot of security around that mystery because because of the threats that somebody might attack the economic conference, and also might ruin the ceremony of the opening of the new power plant. So basically, Dr. Kasi got there. The event was outdoors. So basically, Dr. Kasi got in, but Boruto and others couldn't get into the ceremony. They had to wait outside and whatnot. So basically, the future lord of the land of water was giving a speech about how many people help with this new power plant and whatnot. The future lord of lightning was there as well. The future lord was there. The current Musakaki was there and whatnot. Blah blah blah. So anyway, Boruto was decided to look around, was looking for Kaga, wondering where he was. So basically, Boruto decided to go look around, and ask one of the ninjas who had used Kaga. So basically, he went. So that's what he did. And one of the ninjas say that, Kaga, he's been promoted. He's been promoted. He's a prison warden now. So basically, Boruto was he was excited that that Kaga got promoted, but he was kind of shocked that that Kaga was a prison warden. Anyway, then we cut to Kaga, who was he was doing checking on the prisoners in his prison. So basically, we see three of those we see the two girls and the big guy who tried to be the new seven swordsmen of the mist, locked up, having conversation with Kaga. So basically, Kaga was making sure that the prisoners were okay and whatnot. So basically, turns out that seems talking to his those three ninjas that tried to be the new try to be the new, try to be the new, the new seven ninja. Sorry, sorry, a little tongue tied. So basically, Cargo was checking on the prisoners, and we see three out of those ninjas who tried to be the new seven swordsmen out of the sea. The two girls and the big guy were all locked up. Cargo was talking to the two girls, they had seven more months, or maybe 7 more months to go till they get out and some shit like that, blah blah blah. So anyway, after hearing that information that Cargo, about where the prison Cargo is where Cargo is living at, he really wanted to see Cargo. So basically, he went back to the others, told them about Cargo is now prison and whatnot. So basically, so basically we finally showed up and and told Naruto, go see your friend, I got myself together now. So basically that's the Boruto, the prison is only a 20-minute, ride on the funny side from the village. So basically that's what Boruto did. So basically he left the others to go, he left the others to guard Dr. Koski. So anyway, so basically Boruto chatted it up with his, so basically, he got to the prison. He had to put all his weapons in. Got scared. Met Kagura, and he explained the reason why he accepted this job and whatnot. Blah blah. To restore the safety of the ministers and whatnot. So basically, Kagura was just like Boruto had before about events tech. Kagura would still wrapping his head, around this, investment in technology and whatnot, And so basically, both I felt the same way when it came to scientific ninjutsu, but we need to establish a balance between technology between technology and ninja rage and whatnot, blah blah blah. So anyway, so basically, Kagura several around his prison and whatnot, and basically it took him to a secure cell. It took him to a special level in a special cell where they're holding this old pirate dude in this bubble. So basically, Kagura is saying this guy is a powerful pirate ninja. That caused a lot of problems, It caused a lot of problems to the land of mist. So basically, we keep it in a special cell because, that way, where no water no moisture can get in and whatnot. So basically, he's saying this old pirate dude who's all wrinkly, if he get any type of moisture in his body, he can use it and do some crazy ass war jutsu. So basically, it's this pirate. So basically, this old dude is, used to be a head of a pirate ninja clan that caused the land of mist very, caused a lot of problems for the land of water. So basically, we keep him in the statue cell. If he ever gets a drop of water, his jutsu it's going to be trouble. So basically, Boruto was like, oh damn, now who would have thought this old weakling man could be very dangerous? It's very dangerous. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the ceremony, so basically, some of the people who were invited to the ceremony, was about to ride in a Zeppelin or a Zeppelin, or whatnot. So basically, the future Lord's son, which, the future Lord's son, the future Lord told his son, why don't you and some of and some of the guests go ride in the first blimp, so in the first Zeppelin and whatnot. So basically, like the Victor Lord went in the boat where they threw the guests, and basically and started to take a ride in and started to take a ride in the bridge. So basically, everything was going well until the airship blew up. So basically, I'm just gonna call it airship. Everything was going well. So the new airship was functioning very well until the airship started to blow up for no reason. And basically, the people watched his son blew up in the airship in horror. So basically, everybody was staring at this disaster, watching an airship with a bunch of people, along with the people of the sun, being blown up. It's like it was horrible. And basically, Boruto and Kaga was had watched it on the TV in the prison. So basically, it was like it was some real horrible stuff going on at the Mist Village. So anyway, then the episode ended. We see a person. I don't know who he is. I don't know who we see a person on a stone rock on a stone rock near the water saying it's time. Yeah, we see this person, just saying it's time. We see this strange, this strange man saying that, this strange young man saying that it's time. It's time, and this is how the episode ended. So basically, things are about to go down right now. So basically, like hoping. It looks like things are about to go down in the Mist again. So it's how basically in the Mist Village. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it just okay? Please let me know with a comment below this podcast. So anyway, Michael, sign off. One.